Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, Quirky and the Quiet Morning. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. The morning did not announce itself with an alarm clock or the rush of footsteps. Instead, it arrived quietly, like a gentle guest who didn't want to disturb anyone. Soft sunlight slipped through the thin curtains, stretching across the floor in warm, golden lines. Outside, the city was still half asleep. Inside the house, Quirky was already awake. Quirky, my dog, lay curled up near the window, his chest rising and falling in a calm rhythm. His ears twitched slightly as a bird chirped somewhere nearby. He did not bark or jump up. He simply listened. Quirky had a special talent for understanding quiet moments, as if he knew that mornings like this were meant to be felt, not rushed. When I finally stirred and opened my eyes, the first thing I saw was Quirky's tail gently thumping against the floor. Not fast, not loud, just enough to say, "Good morning. I'm here." His eyes met mine, full of warmth and patience. There was no demand in them, no urgency for a walk or breakfast, just a shared understanding that the day could begin slowly. I sat up and stretched, and Quirky followed me with his gaze as I moved toward the kitchen. He walked beside me, paws tapping softly on the floor, staying close without getting in the way. While I prepared a simple breakfast, Quirky sat near my feet, occasionally looking up as if to check whether I was smiling. When I was, his tail moved again, satisfied. We didn't talk, of course, but there was a conversation happening. The clink of a cup, the hum of the kettle, Quirky's calm breathing. These small sounds blended into a peaceful morning melody. In that moment, the world felt kind. There were no deadlines, no worries about the future, no regrets about yesterday. There was only now, and Quirky, and a quiet morning that belonged to us both. After breakfast, I sat on the floor with Quirky, leaning against the sofa. He immediately came closer, resting his head on my knee. His fur was warm, carrying the faint scent of sunlight and home. I gently scratched behind his ears, and he closed his eyes, trusting me completely. This was not an extraordinary moment. There was no adventure, no dramatic event, no special occasion. And yet, it felt deeply meaningful. Quirky didn't need anything grand to be happy. He didn't ask for expensive toys or endless excitement. He simply wanted to be present, to share space and time. As the morning passed, Quirky followed his small routine. He walked to his water bowl, took a few careful sips, then returned to lie near the window again. Occasionally, he glanced outside, watching people pass by, bikes roll along the street, and leaves sway in the breeze. He didn't seem bored. He seemed curious, calm, and content. Watching Quirky made me reflect on how different his view of life was from mine. I often rushed through mornings, thinking about tasks, plans, and responsibilities. Quirky, however, lived entirely in the present. Every sound, every smell, every patch of sunlight mattered to him. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was overlooked. At one point, I picked up my phone, but Quirky nudged my hand gently with his nose. Not in a demanding way, just a soft reminder. I put the phone down and laughed quietly. Quirky responded by wagging his tail, as if saying, "That's better." We spent the rest of the morning doing almost nothing, and somehow, it felt like everything. That quiet morning with Quirky reminded me of something essential about modern life. We often forget how to truly be present. In a world filled with noise, speed, and constant digital connection, moments of stillness are rare, but they are necessary. Animals like Quirky do not live for productivity or future goals. They live for connection, safety, and shared presence. Quirky taught me that love does not always need words. Sometimes it is shown through patience, gentle attention, and simply being there. By slowing down and matching his pace, I found myself feeling calmer, more grounded, and more aware of my surroundings. In our daily lives, we can apply these lessons by learning to pause, even briefly. Spend uninterrupted time with your pets or loved ones. Put away distractions. Notice small details. Respect the emotional world of animals, who rely on us not just for food and shelter, but for understanding and kindness. When humans treat animals as companions rather than possessions, a deeper bond forms, one based on trust and empathy. Corky's quiet morning wasn't just peaceful. It was a reminder that harmony between humans and animals begins with mindfulness, compassion, and the willingness to slow down together.